According to Adrian Wojnarowski, the Celtics, the Clippers, and the Wizards are working on a three-way deal that would send Kristap Porzingis to the Celtics, Marcus Morris and Amir Coffey, the 30th pick to the Wizards, and Malcolm Brogdon would go to the Clippers. So this is an interesting trade. Kristaps the last few years has been injury prone, but I do believe this year he had a breakout season. Let me just look up his numbers right now. Let's see. Just give me a second. All right, just pulled them up. So this season, Kristaps actually played in 65 games, which is a high for Kristaps. That's like the highest amount of games he's played since the 2016-2017 season when he played about 66 games. He averaged 23.2 points this year, which was a career high for points. He shot 49% overall from the field, which was a career high when it comes to field goal percentage. He shot 38% from three, his second highest of his career. That's right below when he shot 39% one season. He averaged 8.4 rebounds, which is pretty good. His shot blocking was decent, 1.5 for this era. That's pretty decent, to be honest. So the Celtics make this move. I think, surprisingly, I'm going to say it's a good move. I don't think Malcolm Brogdon was that important to the Celtics in the sense that he was just another guard in their system. But I think the big thing about him this year was he wasn't good during the playoffs. His numbers went down in the playoffs compared to the regular season. You look at his regular season numbers, he averaged nearly 15 points on 48% overall from the field, 44 from the three. During the playoffs, he averaged nearly 12 points on 41% from the field and 37 from three. So those numbers dropped drastically across the board. It shows that he's not a playoff performer. Just he's not a guy you can rely on when you need him to show up big. And he failed for the Celtics this year. Excuse me. Celtics also have trying to remember the other guard they have. Shoot, it just slips my mind. I'm just gonna pull it up. I can just picture it in my mind, but I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. I forget. Let me just look at their team roster. Roster. Let's see who they have on their roster. They have Derek White. Just Derek White is a pretty solid guard, so I think he could do whatever Malcolm Brogdon did. It's not like they lost anything by not having Malcolm Brogdon, but I think they really needed a center in the worst way because Al Horford is like 50 years old now. There's not much left, I feel, in his tank. He's really up there in age. He's just a year or two shy of being 40 when you look up his age. So yeah, he's going to turn 39 in March of next year. So he's pretty old. And their other center, I'm just looking him up right now, just Robert Williams. He's been a solid player, but he's injury prone and you just don't know when he's going to be available. So I think this was a drastic move by the Celtics to increase their size. Excuse me. So I think this was a big move by them. Will it result in them going to the finals and winning it all? I can't say that. Really, it always comes down to Tatum. Can he step up and be a legit superstar? But I think this definitely helps. It doesn't hurt them, I believe. The only thing you got to be concerned about is can Kristaps play at least 60-some games next year? If he can, then this will be a huge boost for them. During the playoffs, it'll be interesting to see what matchup problems he can cause for opposing teams. It'll be interesting, especially when they play Miami. You add Kristaps to the mix. He gives them also another offensive threat that can space the floor, that's deadly from outside. So I think it's going to help them a lot offensively, that it's going to be hard for guys to guard the Celtics with just him being part of their team. I think they could do a lot of things with him. They can run pick and rolls with him, screens, and just there's a lot of options there. And defensively, Kristaps is not a bad defender. He's a good weak side helper. So I think this was a good trade for the Celtics overall. I think this was a good move for the Celtics. When I look at the Clippers getting Brogdon, I don't know if he really helps them that much. I think losing Marcus Morris hurts, since that he was a very solid player for them. He was able to play the 3 or the 4. They lose that versatility now. But then again, I've heard the Clippers are not done yet with the trades they're going to make. I've heard rumors of them trading Paul George, so we'll see.